Are you tired of fighting in your marriage? Do you keep having the same arguments over and over? Here is the hard truth nobody wants to hear. Your marriage needs you to change first. Not your spouse, not your circumstances, but you. I know it's not what we want to hear, but stay with me because what I'm about to share with you is exactly how my wife Joan and I save our marriage after 31 years. Let's have this conversation. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the show. I am Dorian, and this is Not Easily Broken. You know, my friend, let me just give you a little bit of story. When I got married 31 years ago, I didn't know what it takes to be a good husband. I was not raised with my father. Of course, my uncle-in-law was in my life for most of my life until my mother remarried when I was in my later teen years. But here's the reality. I didn't fully understand my assignment. I didn't know what it really means to be a husband. I didn't know what it means to fully understand my responsibility to be a priest in a marriage. And the reason for that is because I carried unhealed wound from my childhood. I thought marriage would fix me, but it didn't. Instead, it exposed me for who I was. But here is what I've learned along the way. When I stopped blaming my wife, when I stopped pointing fingers at what I thought she was not doing or what she needed to do, and I turn and focus on myself, that's when things begin to change. Therefore, if I wanted a better marriage, I had to become a better man. And I knew that I had to personally take the responsibility for where I was in life and where I needed to go in life. And I knew that my marriage was dependent on how I lead, how I change, and how I grow from where I was. You know, I want to take you back to the beginning. Let's go back to the Bible. Because I believe that the Bible is the final authority. I believe that it is what we need to follow, what we need to teach, relating to life, relating to love, relating to marriage. You see, before God created the first marriage, he focused on the man. The Bible tells us that God said, let us make man in our own image and in our own likeness. And the Bible tells us in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7 that God formed the man from the dust of the ground and he breathed into man the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And then after he created man in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 15, the Bible said that he placed Adam in the garden and he gave him responsibility. He gave him work. Work create identity. He was able to build a relationship with Adam. Adam and God had a relationship. It was not until after Adam accomplished all the things that God have given him to accomplish and accomplish his assignment, right? And he was in place as a leader, as a priest. He was in place as someone that is now in position to lead others. That's when God said it's not good for the man to be alone. I will make a suitable helper for him. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. Do you see that? And so personal growth came before marital relationship. God's order has always been first. Fix the person. Yeah, that's the order. Make him better. Then formed the marriage. So, but now we come to marriage broken. We come to marriage messed up. We come to marriage jacked up. We come to marriage with childhood trauma. We want to skip that order and we bring dysfunction into the marriage. And that's when we start to say, oh, marriage doesn't work no more. Marriage is not working and marriage is causing more problem in our society. No. Marriage is not causing problem in our society. It's because of the lack of good marriages why our society is so jacked up. So let's talk about the truth concerning marriage, because I hear a whole lot of things and I see a whole lot. And the problem that I'm having is the fact that people are not taking this seriously. And your struggle, your behavior and your attitude does not display the kind of behavior and attitude that a marriage need in order for it to survive, in order for it to thrive. Okay. So the truth is that you have to grow. Growth is the separator. Marriage doesn't just change. You have to change. Marriage will reveal you for who you are and who you're not. If you are insecure, it will show up. If you are selfish, it will show up. If you are broken, oh yes, like I was and my wife was, it will show up. But here's the good news, that when you choose growth, when you choose to heal, when you choose to let go and let God deal with your heart, all of that shows up too. So the good and the bad can show up, but if more good is showing up in you you, then you are in position to create a better relationship. And your marriage gets to reap the benefit of your personal growth. Therefore, if you want a different marriage, don't wait for your spouse to change. Don't sit around waiting for the circumstances to shift. Start with the one thing that you are in control of, and that, my friend, is yourself. You, when you get better, everything around you will. When you grow, everything around you will grow. Your marriage will never outgrow who you are. Love it, hate it, don't matter. It is what it is. So here's the plan of action. Here's what I want you to do. Go back to God and ask Him to search your heart. Ask God to come into your life. You know, in Psalms 139, verse 23 and verse 24, it says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart." Let God deal with what's inside of you. Let him work on you, my friend. Commit to personal growth. That's point number 2. Read books. Seek wise counsel. Hello. Get coaching. Surround yourself with people that can help you to get better. Take ownership. Stop saying, if my spouse would just do this or do that, or if they would just make a better, choice, or no. What about you? Start asking, what can I do to change my ways? What change do I need to do now? Don't ask what your marriage can do for you. Ask what you can do for your marriage. Don't ask what your spouse can do for you. Ask yourself, what can I do for my spouse? Put it in your thought process every single day. Put it in practice daily. Growth isn't an event, it's a lifestyle. You just don't grow in a day, you grow daily. A successful marriage doesn't happen in a day, it's a constant cycle of growth, changing, growing, and becoming. And when you grow, your marriage will grow. When you heal, your marriage will heal. Oh, my friend, when you rise, your marriage will rise. I often maintain that when the tide rises, all ship rise. When you grow, everything around you grows, including your marriage. You can make this up. You can hide from it. It is something that you have to take seriously. And when I change, when I grow, I started to influence change in my marriage. I didn't have to change my wife. I just changed me. I didn't have to fix her. I just fixed me. And when I became better, I was more equipped. I was more suitable. I was ready to be the man that God have called me to be. I was ready to show up and do what God called me to do. I was ready for my assignment as a husband and as a father. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I got it right all the time. I didn't. A matter of fact, I'm still learning. But you know what I know? My heart is in the right place. When it comes to my family, when it comes to my kids, when it comes to my wife, my heart is in the right place. And so, my friend, family, I want you to hear me. Your marriage will never outgrow who you are. In closing, if you want a breakthrough in your relationship, you must first have a relationship and a breakthrough in yourself. Marriage isn't designed to fix you. It was designed to make you holy, not make you whole. Being whole is God's plan for your life. It's supposed to be your plan and your passion for yourself so that you can show up and be better equipped to love and serve in marriage. Marriage just exposes broken people. It's not designed for broken people to stay that way. Marriage will expose you for who you are and who you're not. It is a big revealer of character. So don't wait another day. Take ownership of your growth and watch how God breathes life into your marriage right now. So I want you to lean in with passion, lean in with that tenacity and that desire and that drive to grow, to change, to be better. And my friend, if I can do it, you can do it too. If a man that didn't know his father, that was not raised with a dad, can go from where he is to now thriving and building a successful marriage, I am so proud of who I am and who I'm becoming. And if you're serious about growth personally and spiritually, your marriage can thrive. And my friend, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I pray that this was a blessing to you. And if it was, I'm going to ask you a big favor. I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that like button. Share. Let somebody that you think needs this message get a hold of it just like you did. Thank you so much for watching. May God continue to bless you. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Be blessed.